Hi everybody, it's Caroline here. Welcome to my channel, and today I am working with the Traci Reed Designs Sketchy Sunday number 39, and I am racing against the sun again here in the UK because we're planning to have a really lovely afternoon full of sunshine, which means soon my craft desk will be completely washed out with the beautiful weather. So what I'm going to be doing today is working quite closely with the sketch using a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock as my background. I've pulled in this kind of baby pink, and I'm actually going to be mixing together some papers from last year's, I think it was May collection, which was called Happy Day, which also had an add-on called Happy Birthday. So I pulled out some of these really bright rainbow coloured papers, and I'm going to be mixing those with the current collection, which is called Fierce, which is Traci's Pride collection, which is absolutely stunning. And I think you will agree that the papers go together really, really well. So I'm going to be putting those onto this pink background, which will work nicely, although the two pink shades there don't match that well, so I may not use that pink. And I'm going to be scrapbooking 3 photos of my daughter on her 17th birthday when we did a little photo shoot while her friends were waiting for her to go out for a meal. So just fun papers, fun photos for a really fun, happy story. So I'm going to pop things onto fast forward and voiceover and get this put together as quickly as I can while that sun slowly creeps across the page. Okay, so I'm following the sketch really tightly this week. These photos are printed at 2.5 inches wide, and then there is one that is 4 inches tall, 5 inches, and then another one at 6 inches tall. If you look at the link in the description box below, or at the pictures of this page on Instagram, you will see Traci's original sketch, which includes, really helpfully, the sizes for all of these papers and photos, so you can just follow along really nice and easily and just put this together in no time at all. So I've decided that to start off with the paper that is going to be up on the top row, and that's going to include the journaling. So I've looked through the papers that I've got printed for one where I can easily write on top of it, and I've gone for that rainbow kind of palette. I've trimmed down and only included the pinks and yellows for this page, so that's the one up there, the top right. These again are all 2.5 inches wide, and then each piece is a slightly different size, but as I said, you can find those sizes on the sketch. And because I'm working on a 12 by 12 canvas, I can't print a 12 by 12 size myself because I only have an A4 printer here at home. So I've decided I want to include a bit of a border strip along the edges, because there is one on the sketch. And so I wanted to do that with a paper where I could actually kind of layer it up to carry the pattern on without it being too obvious. So I'm trying to decide between that diagonal stripe or the plaid. So that's why I've tucked those underneath to try to, as I'm working, decide which one stands out the most for my eye, and which one actually blends in better. In the end, I'm going to end up going with the diagonal. But I'm just at the moment pulling out papers that I've printed, cutting them into 2.5 inch strips, and then working more with the pink tones in both of these collections, because Alora's really, even though she's gone a little bit goth and enjoying lots of black in her life, she still does enjoy a little bit of pink here and there. And the sash that she's wearing and her balloon were both kind of metallic pink, so it works really nicely on these feminine paper, to include the feminine papers on this really fun page. There's a large format title in the centre of the page on the sketch, and I wanted to stick with that, so I decided to include this text paper, which I don't often include papers like that in my projects because they can be a little bit busy, but because this is quite a busy style of sketch anyway, but the linear design of it kind of helps with the busyness, I decided to put that up in that second column along, knowing that the title will be kind of, I'm planning on black alphas, but I do actually mix things up a little bit when I get to that point, knowing that the title will go on top of that, and there'll also be some bold embellishment at that point. Really loving that pink on kind of hot pink heart, which I'm just about to stick down. That is from the Happy Day collection. So I've got Happy Day, which is the one I just stuck down. The text print is Happy Day. The rainbow up on the top right white is Happy Day, and then the multicolored polka dot is actually from Fierce. I'm deciding to bring in the diagonal as the border strip. That is from Happy Day, and then I'm fairly sure the final paper that I bring in is going to be from Fierce, but I can't remember. So when I stick that down, I'll be able to confirm that. And what I'm doing here is I'm just lining up my strips of paper. I've cut these at 1 inch wide, knowing that that was far too much, but that was okay. Adding a line of adhesive down the edge where I want that little bit of a border strip to go, and then just trimming off the excess. It's a little bit wonky, but I'm going to kind of neaten that up with my trimmer in a moment. And then just sticking down the final piece of paper. I've decided to repeat that heart as that was it, because it was nice and it kind of helped to ground things down. I was going to put in the plaid because I really liked that, but I decided in the end to that it was just a little bit too much. So moving on now to adding in the big title. I've gone with the pink and black because I think that really helps to sum up the phase of her life at the moment, where she's fluctuates between those two. The pink you can't really see very much on the camera, but the pink is really sparkly. It's a really lovely alpha. Moving on to the embellishments. Now I decided not to actually print out any additional embellishments for Happy Day because I knew that I had quite a few, and I also knew that I had some really fun rainbow embellishments left from the Fierce collection. So I'm actually using the label stickers that are from a journal card in the Fierce collection as a kind of grounding point for two of the main embellishment clusters up on the top left and the bottom right of the title, and then there are two more embellishment clusters that are smaller on the sketch. So I've just, as I said, followed the sketch really quite tightly, bringing in a candle into each of those clusters from the Happy Day collection or Happy Birthday collection, and then a circle embellishment in each of these additional ones from Fierce, and some hearts from Fierce as well. These two collections go really well together. We've just done Mix It Up Monday, where we were mixing up the current collection Fierce with the Keep Chasing Rainbows collection, and those two collections worked really well together as well. But I just can't believe how amazingly well this Fierce goes together with Happy Day and Happy Birthday. Is just brilliant. So I can see lots of birthday themed pages coming up celebrating Alora's 17th birthday using both of these collections, because the colours just pop really well. I have really enjoyed working with this sketch. The linear design, but with the addition of the paper sizes, meant that I could just use my creativity and just go wild on the papers, which has been really fun. So here is the finished layout. I've added in my journaling up on that rainbow paper. I've actually added in some additional sparkle with some sequins in each of those clusters, a purple, a pink and a yellow, just to kind of echo the palette. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you don't already, please do subscribe. If you'd like to join in with this sketch, you can find this sketch at Traci's blog, and I'll put a link into the description box below for that. And you can also find a link for the sketch over on my Instagram account, which is, I'm sure, linked with my profile, and if not, I'll pop it into the description box below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.